Okay, we're gonna shoot a movie here now up at the cabin, and we've just arrived, and this is obviously the garage, and there's some issues there with the wood around the garage door. And what I'm curious about is whether there's room here to park a boat trailer. So from this point, I'm going to back up a little bit to show you what we got here. So if one was to back in a boat trailer here, beginning at approximately where I'm standing right now is where the tongue of the trailer would be. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have 10 paces, which would be 30 feet. Now if we drove the trailer in the way the car is headed there, down towards that birch tree down there, and then backed it up here, what would we have? I'll start right here and space it off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I'd say there's enough room here to park a boat trailer. This is the cabin with the saw from the side, or the garage from the side with a bunch of trees there. And the next thing I'm going to look at here is, well, we'll show you the little storage shed right here off the back of the garage. And what's in here is, looks like they've replaced some windows over the past couple years, maybe. There's a cart for hauling firewood. There's a couple of doors. They must have replaced a couple of doors. There's a screen for one of the sliding doors. I don't know which one. And there is electricity in here and a light switch, which is good to know. But these doors, you probably want to get these, or these windows and doors, you probably want to get these out of here as a part of the cleanup prior to the sale. Okay, we're back. Now the next thing I want to look at is imagining that we are bringing in a boat lift on a flatbed trailer. The boat lift would be as much as 120 inches wide, and presumably the flatbed trailer could be brought down to the lake with the garden tractor. So that being the presumption, we're going to imagine that we would take it down this way here to the right. And it appears as if there's plenty of room here. I think the issue is going to be when we get up here where the path narrows. We'll see. At this point here, with these rocks right there, over to the right we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 12 feet, which would be more than enough, because 120 inches for the width of the boat, or flat, or the boat lift, 120 inches would be 10 feet. Okay. All right. So here we have some of the gutters that look a little bit rotten. Let's see if we can get a little bit of a zoom in here for your benefit. And this downspout here is a little rotted out. These are plastic, I think. Yeah, these are 4-inch gutters, and I think the guy said we need 12. Okay, here is the window well. It's deeper than I thought. Can't tell you for sure, but I'm going to get a stick nearby here and we'll kind of measure it. Okay. Okay, I put this stick in the corner. The stick is right there. And that is how deep it ends up being. And in a minute I'll be able to give you some sense as to how deep that is. We'll have something to compare it against. Now here's the rest of the pathway going down to the lake, through which we'd be taking the boat lift. We'd have to worry a little bit about these branches here. Probably bend them back out of the way. See if they're relatively bendable. Yeah, they are. They're fairly compliant. Okay. Now this is the sunroom, I guess it is. There's the patio doors on this side that I imagine we probably don't care about too much. And this is the side that faces the lake. No patio doors here, but there are blinds in each of those doors. And then there's this is the problematic patio door here. Notice they have the fan going in there. Now, in terms of how deep is that thing, here is a door. And this door is probably the standard door width. And the depth of that is that much of the standard door width. So I would guess the standard door is about 36 or 40 inches. So we're less than, maybe about 30 inches is the depth over there. Okay. All right. And it shows evidence somebody's been fishing here. Haha. Okay, now we're gonna walk down to the lake. Take a look at the dock and see how long it is. By the way, there's electricity right here, which is a good thing, because that means if one wanted to run a long extension cord for whatever reason down to the lake for certain purposes, you could get electricity there for that. Okay, now we're going down, and on the way back up I'm going to count the paces. I have my oxygen on, in case you didn't hear that. So I'm going to see how badly walking up affects me. I don't think it's going to be too much. But one of the things I need to do is measure the depth, or the length, I should say, of the dock. Because when I talk to the dock people, they charge by the foot. It's $1.75 per foot. So let's see how long it is. It is 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30, 31, 33, 36, 39, 41, 42, 45, 48. I guess I'm going to call it probably 50 feet. And I may go up to the car and get my tape measure. There's a little fire pit there. There's the lake to that end. One of the questions I have is the degree to which a boat lift is required. Now I would imagine that on day one we might not use a boat lift, but that we could check and see if anybody or everybody else on the lake has got boat lifts. And if they do, then we'd get one. If we don't, if some don't, we might talk to them and see what their experience has been. There's a neighbor's place there. It looks somewhat unused so far this year. Here's the lawn thus far. And there's a flagpole here, which is nice. And it's even got looks like it's a light that wants to be solar powered, but I don't see where the solar panel would go, but it wants to be solar powered. It also could be a place on which one could affix a solar powered motion detecting floodlight to light up the dock area in case anybody came here. This, by the way, is what the other side of the lake looks like. which I find just beautiful. It's really outdoorsy, northwoodsy. The only evidence of any people is right over there, I think, on that side. Okay. All right, we're going to walk back up now and see how that goes. I got the oxygen on number 5. And we're breathing deep. So far, so good. There are some dandelions growing in the yard, and the grass could stand a mowing. So far, so good. Yeah, that went pretty well. Now here we have this kind of terrace area here, which is a little tired, I'll have to say that. Certainly needs some gardening. It's got oodles of solar-powered landscape lights. I can't believe any of them get enough sun to be very effective, or very effective very long after it gets dark. Let's put it that way. There's kind of a natural path here. Still doing pretty good on the breathing, by the way. Going up the natural path. Okay, so far, so good. And of course, here is this. And I think you're fairly familiar with this, but we'll walk out here a little ways. Notice there's Christmas tree lights here. Don't know if they work or not. There's a bunch of these things for hanging flower baskets, a bunch of tiki, whatever they're called, tiki lanterns here on the deck. And there's the glider that I guess you don't want or you're not going to get. Looks like a nice one. And here we are on the deck, looking out over the lake. Very, very pleasant. Well, what I wonder is, up on this deck, what kind of mosquito or other bugs you get. And depending upon how bad it might be, I could see actually buying a little bit of a screen house enclosure for this corner here of the porch, so you can sit out here within the screen house, and regardless of the bugs, get the full benefit of the breeze. There's lights on either side here, which is nice. And for the dogs, I suppose, I don't know if that's for the dogs or to keep kids from busting out that screen, but it's there in any event. Okay, I still have yet, well, I guess I haven't been looking for it, but I still have yet to see the point at which the gutter is busted. Maybe we'll explore and look for that a little bit more. Right there, that's all good. Up there, I don't think I see it there. Don't know. I think there should probably be a downspout there, but there isn't. Although maybe not. Maybe it's just designed to go down into that gutter. It's more of kind of a wild garden with a few more solar lights. There's your propane tank. It's a big one. I still... Okay, here's the neighbor's place. It's not terribly well kempt. See, in there? That's not a good thing. That could be dealt with, at a minimum, via a fence. Although you know what they say about fences. Good fences make good neighbors. I don't know if I'm gonna walk over there, and I don't see them out and about. So I don't think I'm gonna walk over and introduce myself at this point. There's some more junk hanging around. Okay, now this is the problem part of the gutter. This is not the broken part yet. This is just a seam, which is not a good seam because obviously the water would leak out there. Here is the problem part right there. And I don't know why it broke there. I mean, I can't imagine what the... I suppose ice can do anything, but I don't know why that happened. But this whole segment here should be replaced. On this whole side. Not a big deal. Because it isn't so high, it isn't high up, it wouldn't be hard at all. But as the inspector said, it should be replaced with 6-inch gutter. And then, of course, this needs to be dealt with. So, I think that's about it. I'm going to turn the movie off. As you can tell, my breathing walking back up